Hi, my name is Gifton Leko, and I'm a second-year student in the Marriage and Family Therapy Psychology Doctorate Program at Aligned International University. So today's presentation will examine one context of fragile families, specifically father absence and how it impacts children's behavior and the father-child relationship over time. So my relationship to this topic stems from the fact that I experienced father absence during immigration and other phases of my life. So this is something I've experienced personally and don't want others to face, which is why I enrolled in this program in order to reduce this unaddressed epidemic and father absence households and broken families. Let's look at the research that has been done in the field from early 20th century. Since the 1960s, the rate of children born to unmarried couples in the U.S. has increased from 6% to over 40% in 2007. The term fragile families was coined to describe unmarried couples with children. These families are at a greater risk of breaking up and experiencing father absence due to death, divorce, separation, and emotional unavailability. Fragile families are a subset of family structure. This study defines family structure as married, cohabitating, separated, divorced, widow, and father unknown with no relationship. This study addressed 6 questions on the father-child relationship quality, substance use, mental health, use, and regression methods. The father absence theory helps us to understand the impacts of father absence on father-child relationship within fragile families. Harpending in 1982 developed this theory and suggested that children who experience father absence or a disruptive family structure as a child tend to exhibit internalizing and externalizing behaviors such as substance use, mental health, depression, anxiety, and aggression. Now, let's review how this study was conducted. This project used archival data from the Fragile Families and Child Wellbeing Study, which was funded by grants awarded to Princeton University. The original study consisted of interviews with mothers and fathers at birth and again when the child were 1, 3, 5, 9, and 15 years. The participants in the original data were 8,727 parents, including 3,830 fathers and 4,897 mothers. Inclusion criteria involved individuals within 20 different cities with a population of over 200,000 while the child was first born within the first couple of days. The current study exclusively used information from Wave 6, which is when the children were 15 years of age. Logistic and multiple regression methods were used to analyze the data. An advantage of logistic regression is it's very widely used and easy to interpret. Very simple. Also, multiple regression takes into account many variables, which makes tracing errors easy. This study answered 6 questions on father-child relationship quality, substance use, and mental health using multiple and logistic regression methods. The first research question: to what extent is father absence within fragile family structures associated with the father-child relationship quality? For question 1, a multiple regression indicated that predictors of resident fathers, separated, divorced, widow, and father unknown or no relationship with father were significant at predicting the outcome variable father-child relationship quality. The effect size of 0.26 was very strong for the sample. The strongest predictor of the father-child relationship quality was father unknown or no relationship. The second strongest predictor was whether the child had a resident father or not. And the third significant predictor was separated, divorced, or widowed family structure. Question 2 was, to what extent is family structure and father-child relationship quality associated with teen tobacco use? A logistic regression analysis was conducted to predict whether a teenager has ever used tobacco by age 15. The predictors included child's relationship quality with the dad, parents being married, cohabitating, father being unknown or in no relationship with father, parents being separated, divorced, widow, and parent currently smoking tobacco. After adding the predictors, the best predictive model included the child's relationship quality with the dad and the parent currently smoking as significant predictor of teen tobacco use. This model was significant and can predict with 95.2% accuracy if someone will use tobacco or not by the age of 15. Question 3 was, to what extent is father structure and father-child relationship quality associated with teen alcohol use? A logistic regression was conducted to predict if a teen would end up drinking or not drinking by age 15. The predictors included the child's relationship quality with the dad, married, cohabitating, father unknown or no relationship, separated, divorced, widow, and parents regularly drinking. After adding the predictors, the best predictive model was the father unknown, no relationship, relationship quality with dad, and parent caregiver drinking regularly as significant predictors of teen alcohol use. This model was significant and can predict with 83.3% accuracy if someone will use alcohol or not by age 15. Question 4. To what extent is family structure and father-child relationship quality associated with teen drug use? A logistic regression was conducted to predict whether a teen would end up using or not using drugs by age 15. The predictors included the relationship quality with the dad, the family structure variables, so married, cohabitating, father unknown, no relationship, and separated, divorced, widowed, and also whether parents used illegal drugs in the past year. After adding the predictors, the best predictive model included only the relationship quality with the dad and the parents using illegal drugs in the past year as a significant predictor of teen drug use. So this model can predict with 79.5% accuracy if someone will do drugs or not by age 15. Question 5. To what extent is family structure and father-child relationship quality associated with teen depressive symptoms? A multiple regression indicated that predictors of separated, divorced, widowed, relationship quality with dad, and parents being depressed for 2 or more weeks in the past year were significant at predicting teen depression. The effect size was 0.05. So the strongest predictor of teen depression was the relationship quality with the dad. The second strongest predictor was parents being depressed for 2 or more weeks in the past year. And the third significant predictor was separated, divorced, widowed family structure. Question 6. To what extent is family structure and father-child relationship quality associated with teen anxiety? A multiple regression indicated that predictors of separated, divorced, widowed, relationship quality with dad, and parents being worried or anxious for 1 month or longer were significant at predicting teen anxiety. The effect size was 0.03. The strongest predictor of teen anxiety was the relationship quality with dad. The second strongest predictor was separated, divorced, widowed, and the third significant predictor was when the parents were worried or anxious for 1 month or longer. These variables can predict with relative accuracy teen anxiety. The overall purpose of this study was to determine the factors and models which predict teen mental health and substance use in relationship to father absence using multiple and logistic regression models. The best regression model was predicting teen tobacco use, the second strongest was predicting teen alcohol use, and the third strongest was predicting teen drug use by age 15. The anxiety and the depression models were not as strong as the substance use predictive models, and this was also significant overall, though the effect sizes were rather smaller, indicated the models may not have been as strong as these other models. The findings are aligned with the study as it shows that father absence impacts the child and their relationship adversely. The limitations to this study include that it used observation methods like self-report. The literature focused extensively on the earlier stages rather than late stages in life, and there weren't as much research on the treatment aspect of this phenomenon. Also, many studies focus on substance use and mental health due to father absence, but more research is needed to connect these issues to fragile family structures. Future studies might focus on researching different age groups and connecting them to fragile family structures. So this research will also benefit this audience by helping to discuss ways that therapists and service providers can work with fragile families and approach interventions to help re-engage fathers and strengthen the father-child relationship. The study sought to establish a link between father-child relationships within fragile families, as well as father absence and behavior of children. The findings from the study show the importance of a father in a child's life, showing how absence of a father can result in psychological and behavioral issues. In the end, it was concluded that there are many negative effects of father absence. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration has identified key priority areas and objectives to better meet the behavioral health needs of individuals, communities, and service providers. This study focused on Priority 2, addressing serious mental illness and serious emotional disturbances, specifically 2.2, facilitating access to quality care through service preparation, expansion, outreach, and engagement. And then Priority 3, advancing prevention, treatment, and recovery support services for substance use, specifically 2.2 objective, increasing public awareness and subsequent behavior changes regarding the risk of substance use with a focus on alcohol, marijuana, and stimulants. I'm a part of the Minority Fellowship Program by AAMFT, which is sponsored by SAMHSA, to fulfill the desire to work in this field and to make a positive impact in the lives of people struggling with such issues. These SAMHSA priorities and objectives are interrelated to this presentation on father absence within fragile families. Here are my references. Thank you. Any questions?